So this is a little bit, I was trying to figure out how to grab it. I really don't want to grab it from this side and cut off the part I'm going to use, because then I got to go grab this again somehow and put a chamfer on it, you know, inside and out kind of thing. So I wanted to be able to grab it from this side. And what I figured out was I was trying it on my smaller chucks, little 3-inch chucks, stuff like that. Well, on the big chuck here, the serrations, you know, almost like teeth in the jaw there, will span over that flange. Okay, quite nicely actually. I found a tiny dimple on a thread, which I'm not worried about because a deformed thread just means it's going to bite in there a little bit harder. And then I was using my Nicole mini system. These things are awesome. The cutter is really small, and so it makes really. I had a hell of a time with cutoff tools until I got these, and because the wider the cutter, the bigger the chip, the bigger the load, the harder it is to control. Okay. And I need to take off 0.475. And if I enter it into the DRO, then I can dial to 0. And I don't have a huge amount of clearance. And supposedly it's stainless steel, and I should probably put some lubricant on it to keep it cooler so that it doesn't harden. But I cut the first one, you know, thinking, oh, what the hell, let me just try it. It cut that easily. So I really wasn't going to worry about it too much. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull this one out, put the other two in, cut them, because then I can pull the carriageway and clean up the inside and the outside. And I got to reposition each one to the other tooth, the other notch in the jaw, get on it with the file. So, and the reality is that's accurate enough. Even if it's 10 or 20 thousandths off, it wouldn't matter. So I think I'm just going to go back in, because the discrepancy could be in the end there, and each one's going to be different anyway. So from those teeth, I think it's going to be more accurate that I'll be the same length doing it this way, just repeating it. Figuring out how to do this has been weighing on my mind quite a bit. So I am quite tickled. Times like this, I almost feel like a machinist. Never called myself a machinist. I'm mainly just a chip maker, but, you know, I'm still just a chip maker. Doing this by hand, it if that does wobble, it really doesn't matter. I thought about it, and the shoulder on this isn't that big, so I think I should be able to go in here. was kind of hoping I could break... It grabs too hard. So... yeah, I think actually if I stick a drill bit in there with something that will allow me to hold it better, I think I can get that one back out. But I don't want to... I mainly just want to thread them in enough to know that, okay, so then these are going to go in from the opposite side. And they're threading right in, so I don't have any bad burrs, or I didn't screw up the threads or anything like that. So good to go. Go ahead and mount this up. I've got new bolts. I'm not putting them in yet. These are the washers I bought for them. I need to mount it up, basically, and I could have done it with the 3D printed piece, you know, one of those brackets. Just something to hold the caliper over here so I can get an idea what I need for a brake line. And I did put the inserts on the correct side. That pad that doesn't like to stay in, it's falling out enough to drag. So there we go. Okay, so now the question is, I want to say the brake line, you may not be able to see it at that angle, but it's connected back here. I'm thinking it goes down by the bump stop. Yeah, because if I put it in front of the shock absorber between the spindle upright here and the shock absorber, it makes it pretty dang tight. So I'll have to do a little more looking, see what I can figure out. But the Celebrity calipers are, you know, for a banjo fitting, and so you can buy aftermarket hoses, stainless steel ones, and they're universal. And then you buy whatever fitting you need for each end. So you can buy, you know, banjo fittings with a 90 degree, a 45 degree, an angle, all kinds of stuff. So I don't really want it pinched between the bump stop. I thought I read something somewhere about 15-inch, and I think 15-inch ought to about do it. The factory one's only about 12 or 13 inches. So. And this is why they're these inserts are going to get Loctited into the bracket. Apparently when I, you know, ran it down with the screwdriver, it hit just hard enough, it locked it on. So it'd be easy enough to get it off there, but I will definitely be Loctiting it into the bracket before final installation. I haven't Loctited them in yet, because if I'm going to have them anodized or something like that, you know, there's a good chance I'm probably just going to leave them raw. I may get froggy and polish them, and I may run them through the glass bead cabinet and then paint them. Not sure yet.